forces. Alright, and after that, I would actually go through some of the exam questions on static analysis questions or cases. Alright. So how many of you have looked at the exam questions? Do you have a chance to look at the exam? I mean, I don't mean this year's exam question, but past year exam questions. You all? Right. So if you look at it, in the way what I'm going to say is that looking at the trend, the friction forces doesn't really come out in the exam, right? But we don't know what is going to be for this year, right? So let's say if Dr. Yeo is going to give you some surprise Christmas present, so he might actually have the fixed end forces into the exam, alright? But because of that, so I still have to actually go through the tutorial and the solution review, and I guess I have already sent you all the solution already, right? Have you gotten the solution? Right, yeah, so I'm just going to go through quickly. Right, so what are we going to do with these fixed end forces? The main thing is that you really have to understand. Right, so you go in the lecture, we show that if you have this example over here, right, where you have a uniformly distributed load, it's somewhere in between the nodes, and you're going to induce a moment at the two ends, and you're also going to induce forces at the two ends. Right, so the forces and the moments, of course, we say the fixed end forces or loops. Right, these are the induced one, and what we're going to do is that we have already gone through the derivation. And again, we are not going to actually test it on derivation. If needed, all these equations will be given to you. Right, so you are ready to apply how to use these formulas. Right. So I said already, this particular case, what it is given is when you have a fixed end force right from. Let me see. Can you see the cursor? No. Alright, because I forgot to bring my laser pointer. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is that if you have the left and right, correct, so you're going to have the moment which is on the right hand side, where you have the m prime which is in the counterclockwise. And for the one on the left hand side, you will have the counterclockwise as well. So the respective m and m prime are given by the formulas, and the forces there are f and f prime as well. Right? But what you can see over here is if the loading, if the uniformly distributed load is actually acting downwards, right? What will you expect for your f prime and f? Do you expect them to point downwards or do you expect them to point upwards? Okay, let me put it this way. The f prime and f, right, they are actually reaction forces at the two nodes, right, at the two corners. So if you have a loading force of a force that is actually acting downwards, if you have a force that is actually acting downwards, what would you expect the reaction force at two ends to be? By natural, you know that it's actually supposed to be upwards, right? Because of balancing of forces. So if you look at that, your f and f prime, they all actually have this sign of negative and negative. Right? So that's why it takes care of the convention or the sign. So you can see that most of the time, what is alpha? Alpha is basically less than 1, correct? So if alpha is less than 1, definitely 1 minus a number that's less than 1, you will definitely be positive. Right, after that you multiply alpha and also L, definitely this term would be positive. Correct? So now your F that you gotten is definitely going to be negative. No matter what numbers that you throw in, your F is going to be negative. So what does it mean for this F force here? So since the convention is actually pointing downwards, but when you calculated, your force becomes a negative value. So you know that F has to be pointing outwards. Right? So same thing for F prime. F prime again as well. When you work it out, this entire term, this is going to be positive also. And this negative is there to take care that F prime has to be pointing upward as well. Right, because the logic, if your uniformly distributed load is actually acting downwards, your reaction force has to be acting upwards. Alright, so in a way it makes sense, so you need to actually use these four equations to solve the problem. Oh, sorry. Yes. So the first question asks, right, the standard cases, right, can be used without proof in all tutorial in the examination unless otherwise stated. Right, like for example in question 2. So for question 1, it says that use the principle of superposition and the result from the problem solved in the notes to obtain the two end forces M1, M2, M1F, M2F, P1F, and P2F. Correct? So this particular case, does it look like the formula that was actually given in this case? No, right? It doesn't. So what you need to do is, so that's why of course the answers are there already, you really have to actually obtain it. So you look at the tutorial solution, right? So this is actually what you are supposed to work on, right? For this is the case, right? And what do you mean by this? And of course over here you define this entire length is L. Alright? So where is the uniformly distributed load being applied? The uniformly distributed load is applied somewhere in the middle, but not right at the center. Where you can see that this is given by alpha L, right? And this length is given by beta L. And so this is where the start point and the end point of the uniformly distributed load. And looking at this particular formula, right, they want you to determine what is M1F, M2F, P1F, and P2F. The convention are all shown. And so you have to derive all these things. So how are you able to do it then? So what you are saying is that note the equation will derive from the following case, right? Where this case has all the four formulas, right? M prime, F prime, M, and F. But that doesn't look like what the problem is given. So that's why we need to use the principle of superposition. So what the solution says is that the solution is actually superposition of the two opposing load cases. Right? So that will say if, right, what it says is that what you're going to do is that first thing you need to assume that the entire uniformly distributed load is applied with a length of beta L across here, right, which is actually pointing downwards. Then you have to actually minus off the case where this is actually pointing upwards. Any visualize? Right, so because what we are having is only a small portion over here, right? So that's what is actually showing on the right hand side where I have. So because this is the case that we are given, right? And you can see that this case only has the weight which is in the blue region. The uniformly distributed load is applied somewhere in the center, somewhere in the middle. So what you need to actually do by principle of superposition will be, first of course, you consider the entire uniformly distributed load is applied over the entire beta L length, which is all acting downwards, and you minus off if you have a case where the uniformly distributed load is actually pointing upwards. Does it make sense? Right, so these are the two cases we have to actually work on. So this particular case that's given is equals to case 1 plus case 2 will give you the original case. Follow? So with that, that's why we need to actually work out the first case. How do you get the solution for M prime and F1 and F2 for this case, and then you add the second case. Okay, can. So let me just go on with the first case. This is M prime, right? Right, let me start off with this. So what is actually M prime? M prime has to be this particular big term minus by this term. Right, so do you agree? It's because where does this term come from? This term actually comes from the top case. Right, the top case is where the entire length is actually beta L. Right, so for that, you have to actually put the beta L into the equation. Right, so if you refer to working right in for n prime, what is n prime? N prime is equals to minus w is alpha squared. Right, so alpha squared, what is alpha squared? For the first case, you have to replace the alpha by beta, because it's up there. Right, and this is L squared, and bracket minus 6 minus 8 alpha, when you replace the alpha to be beta, plus 3 alpha squared. Right, your alpha has to be replaced by beta squared divided by 12. Right, that is for the first case. And for the second case, why does it have to be a negative? Because you know that this force is actually pointing outwards. Correct? So that's why you use the same formula again, but for your second case. So second case is now where you have to replace the alpha is still alpha. Right? And this is alpha and alpha squared. By looking at that, you will be able to get the first n prime. N prime is the case 1 plus case 2. Follow? Right. The gist of this is that you need to understand the case given, right, is equals to this first case where the entire loading uniformly distributed load is acted upon entire beta L. Right, minus all the load is actually now acted opposite hours. So you can see that the green portion cancel away with each other. You then working with the blue portion, which is up there. Right, so this is by principle of superposition. So for this case, your M would be equals to the first case minus the second case. And with that, what you can do is that because they are common factor, which is WL squared over 12, you can bring them out and you basically get this entire long term, which is for your M prime. M prime is actually for the original case. Right? So this is what you have gotten is your right. So basically this M prime is equal to M1F, which is being requested in the question. Now you basically replace your M prime as M1F. And why is it that there's actually going to why is it there's a negative sign here? Why is there a negative sign? Why do I have a negative sign over here when my M1F?
Because the moments.
Right? The reason is because if you look at the formula, right? Formula for M prime is actually in the counterclockwise direction. Right? But your M1F in the question, which direction is that? It's in the clockwise. So you need to take care of the sign itself. Alright? So that's why your M1F is equals to negative of this entire term. So if you can actually work on this M1 M prime, right, which is equivalent to M1F, you will then be able to work on the F prime as well. Right? So F prime, it is going to be the same. If you refer to the formula for F prime, what is the formula for F prime? Your formula for F prime is actually minus W alpha L. Bracket 1 minus alpha squared plus alpha cubed over 2. Right? So for this case, this is the first segment for the top case, and this is the segment for the second case. So you will be able to replace alpha with beta for the first case, and your alpha still remains as alpha for the second case. Right, so with that, again, you will be able to bring out the common factor, which is minus WL, and you get this entire term over here. Of course, this is equal to F prime, right? And F prime, you don't need, so your P1F is equal to F prime straight away. Because in your F prime, right, in your original formula, your F prime is already pointing downwards. right? And in the question says that your P1F, right, is also pointing downwards. So actually P1F is equals to F prime for the force. Alright? So after that, if you are able to work on it, furthermore, and you then have to actually work on the M. Right? This is the M. So if you look at your formula, what is M? M is equals to minus W L alpha cube L squared bracket 4 minus 3 alpha bracket divided by 12. So you can see that this term is something you extract from the equation, right? And this is the same as well. So same thing, you get the first case minus the second case. You bring out the common factor, and you will be getting M2F is equals to, from here you need to take negative again. Right? Because if you look at your M, right, where is the direction of the M in the formula? M is actually in what direction? Clockwise or anti-clockwise?
Anti-clockwise.
In your formula, what is M?
Anti-clockwise.
M is anti-clockwise, right? M is anti-clockwise, but the question asks for M2F is in what direction? Is clockwise. So because of that, you need to follow what the question is asking. That's why you need to actually M2F be minus of M, which gives you this third term over here.
This is the lecture note.
Alright, so if you follow the same method for the last one, which is for F, again, if you look at your formula, what is F? F is equals to minus W alpha cube and L, and bracket 1 minus alpha divided by 2, right? So you have your first term and second term, you put in the beta respectively and alpha respectively, you'll be able to actually arrive to this term, where F is equals to minus WL and plus this big term over here. And same thing now, because your P to F is equals to F. Why? Because in the convention, your F right is actually pointing downwards, correct? And in the question, P to F is also pointing downwards. So that's why you're going to actually take the any sign change. Follow? Any questions? Then I can follow right now. So the main thing is really to understand the principle of superposition. How you actually handle the original case given is that you actually break them down into two different cases. Alright, so with the two different cases, you can then actually add the moments and the forces together. That will give you the resultant. Alright? Okay, if there's no questions, I can move on to question 2. Alright?
Okay.
Alright, so for question 2, right, basically, so now this question 2 is really asking you to divide to some extent. Right, it's asking you to, this particular case is given, and integrate the relationship between the bending moment and the second derivative of the lateral displacement to find the fixed end moments M1F and M2F for the member shown. Alright, so of course, over here, by right, if you go into your page 19, right? Page 19 actually, for this particular case, the formula is given, right? The formula is given, and actually you expect to know them and you remember them, right now. So of course, Dr. Yao is saying that all these things will be given to you unless the question asks you to prove, right? So for this question 2 is really asking you to actually prove what is M1F and what is M2F, right? Right, so you have all the answers, right? So you should be able to appreciate it. Alright, so if you refer to the solution over here, right? If you refer to the solution here, straight away the W comes into this equation already, right? This is something that again I said you have to know in terms of the moments, right? So how is he able to come to this stage is because if you can look into the original case, right? This is the original case that is given, right? So you have your W is actually anchored somewhere in a proportion of A versus B, and this is the entire length L. And the moment that's being induced in at the two ends are M1F and M2F, right? So what we do is that if we are to do a section cut, if you are to do a section cut somewhere in between here, where it is after the W, right? So by doing that, what you can do is that you will be able to, because at this point of section cut, right, you then have to actually draw the free body diagram of the isolated section. So if I were to cut here, this cut is actually with a length of Z, right? So I'm able to isolate this particular part to become here. And because of that, first thing is that I know my moment is still going to be transferred here, and of course there's going to be a P, and there's going to be W still being acted over here. And at the point where you are doing a cut, right, there's going to be a moment, we name it as MZ. That will be kind of like developed at the point of cut. Right, so this is actually again just mechanics of solids where you're talking about bending. Right, so if you are to consider this kind of structure, if you are to do a section cut at this point, and you are going to next draw the free body diagram of the cut section, and at the cut itself, you're going to introduce a MZ, which is in a counterclockwise direction. Alright, so the distance here is actually length of Z, and where the weight W is acting is actually A. So with that already, you will be able to take summation of moment about this point Z equals to 0 if the entire system is in equilibrium, right? So if you take summation of moment about Z is equal to 0, what you have is that you're going to consider the counterclockwise as positive. So you have your MZ, right, plus your PZ. Why is it PZ? It's because you have a force over here, right? So this force is going to induce a counterclockwise moment. And what is the moment arm? Is Z. Right, so that's why you have a PZ here. And the third one is actually due to the W, right? Because this force acting downwards is also going to induce a clockwise moment about the point Z. So that's why W multiplied by Z minus A, which is the moment arm. Why Z minus A? Because this is the distance, right? This is the small moment arm that you have to determine. And last but not least, where does the fourth moment comes from? It coming from this M1F, right? So what we did was we defined our convention counterclockwise as positive. And for M1F is clockwise, so that's why you have a negative here. And this thing equals to 0. Alright, so if you rearrange, then mz of course is equals to m1f minus pz minus w bracket z minus a. And we all know that if you have this at a cut section, this is actually what you're going to get. EI is equals to mz. At the cut section itself, right, where you introduce the cut, you're going to have this mz, and this mz is actually given by this particular formula, which is equal to minus EI dv2 divided by dz squared. So because of that, you are able to, that's why you are able to get this particular equation here, where minus EI d2v over dz squared is equals to m1f minus pz and minus wz minus a, as where I actually obtained. Right? So from there, what they're trying to say is that because this is the second derivative, right, you will then have to do a first integration. Right, by doing integration, of course, you will get this term, and by integrating, you have first gotten a constant A. Right? And because this is still dv dz first derivative, you have to integrate further e minus ei v. So you will do a second integration, you will have another constant being introduced. Right? So what your purpose now is that you need to have A and B are kind of like constants, where they are unknowns, we have to actually determine it. Right? So how do you determine it? That means that you have to apply boundary conditions. So where do you apply the boundary condition? So the first boundary condition is that when you apply when z equals to 0. Right? When z equals to 0, you know that dv dz is equals to v. Is it equal to v?
Equal to 0. Equals to 0. So dv dz equals to 0.
Alright? So why is it that what is actually dv dz? Right, dv dz is actually the slope. Where is it the slope or Alright. Okay. So if you again refer to back to all the mechanics of solids, the kind of term, what is dv dz? dv dz is actually the slope of the deflection. Alright, and v is the deflection. So what I'm going to do is alright, let me bring out another slide for you all to get a look, right?
Okay, that's right. 不一样的，分了，对，不一样的。第三，is program for this computer. 也就是如果你打入你是可以。
Alright, so one is actually deflection and one is actually slope. If you look into the solution, right? Okay, if you look at the solution, it says that when z equals to 0, dv dz is equals to v is equals to 0. Right? So what it says is that dv dz is actually the slope and v is actually the deflection. So if you look into, let's try to look into this case, the one on the cantilever beam. The cantilever beam is where the structure is actually mounted onto the wall, right? So this boundary condition is the same as what the question is given, right? The question says that the two beams is actually mounted onto the wall. So if you look into the wall itself, if there's going to be a load acted down, you can see that actually right at the point where the boundary is, the deflection is 0. Why? Can you imagine? Because this is mounted, so at the point there, the entire beam, of course, it can actually bend to some extent, so that is the deflection, right? But at where the point is, where you are mounted on the wall, the deflection at this point is 0. Agree? So you can look at, this is the cantilever beam. If you have any force being applied, the dotted line becomes the deflection, the actual deflection of the beam. This deflection can be calculated in a distance. Right, so how much distance does it deviate or deflected from its original position? Right? So for this case, you know that if you have a beam that is mounted onto the wall, the deflection at the edge is 0. Alright? Is 0. And then you look at what do you mean by the slope. Can you look in, if you refer to if the edge is actually simply supported, right? If it's simply supported, you know that the entire deflection is going to be of this shape. Right? And right at the point here, we have what we call a slope. This is the gradient of the deflection. So this is actually dv dz, where this is the deflection. So if you have a simply supported, you will know that actually this point will have a deflection straight away really. Sorry, they will have a slope. You can see that the deflection is here, right? So you can see that it's actually sloping. That is a slope. But if you look into this particular case when it's actually fixed there, at the wall itself, there's actually no slope. Alright, when you first started off, in a way, you're assuming that if this is the fixed end, right? So the slope has to be straight. So there should be no slope. So this is the boundary condition by right, you have to know. Alright, for structure, whether it's simply supported or whether it is fixed onto a wall. So because the assumption that you know this boundary condition, if the beam is being fixed onto the wall, the deflection and the slope at the edge is 0. Alright, so that is the case. Because of that, that's why right. That's why you are able to apply when z equals to 0, right? That's actually where at the right left hand side, the slope and the deflection equals to 0. And with that, you will be able to solve that a equals to b is actually equals to 0. The two constances are actually equals to 0. Right? So same thing. So from here you are able to obtain the a and b equals to 0 already. Right? So you don't need to take care of them. So if you take another boundary condition, this boundary condition where z equals to L, where is it? That is becoming the opposite end. Right, the opposite end, which is on the right hand side, again, the slope and the deflection equals to 0. So if that is the case, so for your second equation and your third equation, right, you are, so EI dv d2 dz equals to 0 because this term becomes 0. Right, so you have this term over here, get it from on top, and EI equals to v, where this v is also equal to 0, and you basically have the second equation. Right? So you have actually one equation, two equation. What it says that you just have to take equation 1 multiplied by L over 3 minus 2. The purpose is to eliminate the value P. Right? By doing that, you will get the equation which is, you'll be able to get this equation, right? And we also know that actually L minus A equals to B. So that you rearrange the whole thing, you'll be able to get that your M1F is equals to minus WB squared A divided by L squared. Okay, so that is your derivation. So once you divide, you've gotten your M1F is equals to minus B squared A divided by L squared. Alright? So once you have this M1F, I think you are able to move on to work on the same case, right? So work on the same case where you start off with another case, right? You work it down, you will be able to obtain M2F equals to WA squared B over L squared. So if you look into this M1F and M2F, you compare to the 3 FEM diagrams in page 19. Right? So in page 19 there are 3 diagrams, 3 FEM, right? So these answers here exactly gives you the third one, which is the beam is actually fixed on the two ends, right? And is loaded by a point load, where the point load is actually proportional with A versus B. So for this case, you are able to prove, you are able to find out what are the values, the moments that's being induced in the two ends. Alright? So again, I said, your first minimum is that you must actually memorize these 3 FEM. Alright? So if let's say the question wants you to derive, this is the method you have to actually go through to derive the answers. Right? Questions? Okay, good. So if not, then let me move on to the third question. The third question will be more of applied, right? Yes. Okay, so what is question 3? Question 3 is to say that we want you to find out what are the fixed end moments M1F and M2F for the entire member shown. So of course this case, this particular case is actually much more complicated, right, compared to the earlier cases. But the thing is that if you are able to actually analyze them individually, then you actually add them together, you'll be able to do so. Right? So that's where the answer says is actually by superposition. So over here, this entire member is of length 10 meters. And it's actually started to loading at 10 kilonewtons, 20 kilonewtons, 30 and 40 kilonewtons. It's kind of like evenly distributed in between the beam. Right? So how are you able to actually find the moments? You can actually use the principle of superposition method. Right? So how do you actually do this is, if you follow the question back, what it says is that, okay, for this case, you can actually use the formula that you need to memorize on page 19, the third case, right? So for the third case, you know that the two moments that are being induced, right, is actually equals to, on the left hand side is minus AB squared over L squared, right? But that has to be in why is it minus? Because the convention states that it's actually counterclockwise, right? But the question asks you to be in the clockwise. So that's why you need to put a negative sign over there. And on the right hand side, it's actually WA squared B divided by L squared. Again, it's given by the formula already. So for this case, what we are saying is that you can actually add the four cases together by using principle of superposition. So what I'm saying is that for this case, you can consider the load being acted individually. So we acted the load individually. So what you do is that you determine what is the M1F and M2F for the first case where 10 kilonewton is only acted at the point. Right, the 10 kilonewton is actually acted on the left hand side. Right? And after that, if you have 10 kilonewtons, so what is FM1? FM1 is actually, you use the formula, this is the FM1 for the 10 kilonewton meter. Alright? And what is the FM2 for 10 kilonewtons? Is actually this term here. Alright? So after that, you work on the 20 kilonewtons. 20 kilonewtons, you act on it individually. When the 20 kilonewtons is acted on it individually, what does it induce in the M1F and M2F? It's given by this term. Right? Because this is actually minus 20, and what is A? A is 4. Right? B is actually 6. Has to be 6 squared divided by the entire length 10 squared. So this term belongs to M1F for 20 kilonewton. And if you look it through, this is the term that it belongs to 20 kilonewton on M2F. Right? Following through, of course, the third case will be you have to consider the 30 kilonewton is actually acted individually. When 30 kilonewton is acted individually, you will have this. This is actually the M1F, and this is the M2F. Last but not least, we consider the 40 kilonewton is actually acted individually. That will be acted more towards the right hand side. Right? From there, this is your M1F, this is your M2F. So what you have done is that you have kind of like computed all the M1F and M2F induced by all the loading conditions individually. Right? So by the principle of superposition, you can actually add all the moments together. That's why if you add all these four moments together, this is the combined moment at M1F for the entire loading condition. And if you add this column together, and this gives you the final moment that is actually acted by the entire four forces.
W 就是force， negative 10 times A 就是这里 which is 2， 就是那个 entire length。Okay， so 2 times 这里是 8 square over 10。你手里全部。
Right here now. Today's class is very quiet. Is it the tutorial is exceptionally clear, right?
You need 4 times for
No?
this. 4
What is it that you don't understand? Can you tell me?
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then after that you
So on the left hand side, what is it negative?
Alright. The question says that why is it negative on the left hand side, right? As I said, you must understand the convention. Why is it negative? If you look into your page 19, if you look into page 19, right, what is the direction, the convention for page 19? For this case, the convention is on the left hand side, right? Is clockwise, right? Correct. But the question, what does the question ask? The question is asking for your M1N, right, to be clockwise. So you must follow what the question is asking. Because you can see the moment here is actually the question that is asked is clockwise. Right, we find this as clockwise. But the formula that is given, the positive convention is actually counterclockwise. Right? So you have to actually take care of the different design. And that's why when you actually look at the solution, you have to actually consider negative over here. Alright? Any other questions? Questions at the back? Good. Yes. For this as I said already, right? I mentioned I made that point at the very beginning, right? So you can go in and look at all the exam questions that with your previous class, right? Lucy has actually very kind to send you all the exam questions. Right? So again, I say that I am not in the position to answer that question. So you can go and analyze it, but there's no guarantee. You know, you can make the mind of Dr. York. We think that he's going to follow Dr. Chen, then design forces might not be one of the questions. So the thing is that in my mind, I say I don't know what is his mind. Huh? Sorry? Oh, I don't know. Even if I said, do you think I'll tell you? Yes. Oh, unfortunately, no. Alright, so the thing is that what I can say is really you have to see the channel to see how the question is really given. Alright, another thing is you have received 2 exam questions, the 2 years of exam question and solution that I actually I asked Eddie to send. I think we sent out 2004 and 2012, right? Okay, so the thing is that I mean, the current Glasgow practice, universal Glasgow practice is that previously, Dr. York has been and will always be loading up these 2 exam questions. These 2 sets to let the students know what is the typical kind of trend that the exam is going to have, right? Together with the solution as well. Recently, no video, no audio. Yet recently, there's a new rule that the university says that we can only upload 1 year of question. Alright, so but since there's nothing changed, I just still continue to give you 2 years of exam papers. Okay, that is the practice. Alright, so what I'm trying to say is that at least we are still able to give you 2 years, 2004, 2012, and you can see that actually basically there's no much change in terms of the type of question that he has been setting. Alright, so you go and draw your conclusions from there. Alright, that's all I can say. Okay, good. Any other questions on the fixed end forces? So if not, we can take a 10 minutes break. We will come back to work on the fatigue related questions. Right? As I said, fatigue related questions, you don't have problems until I finish the 2004 and 2012 exam questions. Alright? The solution.